Once you have these reasonably high paying jobs where you're earning 60, 70, 80, 1 lakh, and you're a couple, you have a mentality of wanting to settle down, wanting to have a place of your own. Currently, you may be living on rent. People will start saying, "Arey beta, why don't you buy a house?" and so on. This is a typical demographic. Another typical demographic I can think of is someone has been successful, age of 35, 40, got some amount of good savings. They are living in a joint family, but things are getting very, sour. And the wife says, "Hey, listen, we should move out. We should separate from the joint family." Kids will be around 10, 12 years old. You feel, "Hey, we deserve a better house." And these are the kind of people who will typically go to a builder's sales office. Now, why do they go to a builder's sales office? So they may have searched a certain project, let us say Lodha Palava city or Runwal My city. You just give a search and you will come to their web page, but their web page does not give you any information. The moment you click on download brochure, instead of giving you a brochure, it will immediately ask for your name, your number, and so on, your budget, whether you want 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK, and so on. The moment you click on that and they take your information, then you may get a PDF file, or you may not even get a PDF file, you may not get any further information. But next day onwards, you start receiving calls. You start getting calls from builders, but they are not builders. They are telecallers. Now, the person who talks to you has only one objective in mind: tell you to go to the sales office. They will say, "Please visit our site office," and they will give you all kind of hooks. They will give you all kind of reasons to visit their site office. "Sir, we have our launch event this Sunday." Or they will say, "Sir, for Gudi Padwa we are having a very special event," or "We are having a very special event for New Year or Holi or Christmas," or their whole objective is to take you to the sales office. Don't think that they are calling you to the office because they want to give you more information. The office, the sales office, is where they are going to take control of your mind. Now, I have said this before many times. I have said it is like hypnosis. I have said there are psychological control techniques. There are all kind of techniques. So these are stages. Number 1, you see an ad. Number 2, you click on a website. Number 3, you get a call, and you get numerous calls. You get SMSs, you get WhatsApps. All of them want you to visit the site office or the sales office. Within the site office, you are very quickly processed. How are you processed? First, they make you fill up a form. They will offer you coffee, etc. If you're gone as a couple or if you're gone as a family, they are reading you. They are studying your behavior. They are figuring out whether your wife is dominant, whether you are dominant. Okay, they will use all kind of methods to do that. You will have a female employee in a short skirt come up to you and talk to you or to your wife, and the way you respond, etc., is being studied. So once they have figured out who is dominant, they know what are the games they can play with you, psychological games, to control you. Now, there are a number of sales tactics. There are a number of methods by which the salesmen get inside your head. One of the main things is that the people who are sent to talk to you will very quickly set themselves up as being friends and well-wishers. You stop thinking of them as salespeople, and if you got an inferiority complex, then they will give you a lot of approval, and sometimes they will withhold approval, and they will want you to convince them that you are a genuine customer. If you try to convince them that you are a genuine customer, if you start feeling in your mind that you have to convince them that you are a genuine customer, then you are already in very deep trouble. They have taken control of your mind. So please watch out. They try to set up a situation where they become your buddies, your friends, the people from your village or from your town or from your state, and they will find something in common with you, or with your wife, okay, and you may suddenly realize that your wife is convinced straight away that this is a good place. You or your wife will start getting extremely convinced. You may start arguing, you may start putting each other down. Your wife will start putting you down, or you start putting her down. You keep quiet, you don't talk like this, shut up, what will they think of us? All these kind of conversations may start happening. All of that indicates that they are controlling you. Now they will give you information. It is not good, clean, clear information. It is propaganda. It is mind control stuff. They are going to show you a model which may not accurately depict the reality of what exactly the life in that tower will be, or life in that compound, in that project is going to be. It will not depict that, but it gives you a very rosy picture. They will show you a model, a 3D model. They will take you to the sample flat, where again it is not depicting exactly what your flat is, but it gives you a very rosy model, and it kind of puts you into a different zone. In your mind, you go into a different zone where you're living in heaven. Okay, it may give you an inferiority complex. It will trigger your brain to do silly things, and basically they are just clogging your brain with unnecessary stupid bullshit. You may have sales guys making tall claims, coming up to you and saying things like, sir, last year we have delivered 11,000 or 11 million square feet or some such nonsense. He will kind of see whether you are submissive or not. They will try to make you submissive. Now, most people have tendency to be civil, decent. You act like a guest in their office. You are not going to act like a customer. You start acting like a guest. Again, very bad for you. They are sort of putting their fingers into your brain, and they are beginning to control you. If you started feeling like a guest, like an honored guest, and you start feeling a sense of obligation, you feel thankful to them for treating you so well and so on, you are in trouble. You will enter into a zone where you start thinking, just for getting approval from them, you will start saying things like, yeah, this is a beautiful project, yeah, I like this, yeah, I like that. And they will tend to take you down a road where you keep saying yes. Sir, do you want coffee? Yes. Sir, will you fill up this form? Yes. Sir, do you like this? Did you like the saying sample flat? Yes. Did you think it was beautiful? Yes. Okay, sir, I'm sure you want your family to be happy. Yes. When you are saying yes, your brain is being switched off. You are not going to be in a skeptical frame of mind, in an argumentative frame of mind. You keep saying yes, and you are going into the place where they want you to go. They may show you some other things. They may show you brochures. They may show you a short film showing what a wonderful place their Rundwal My City or Palava City or downtown or whatever blah blah is. They will show you these things, and then they will take you in front of a guy called closing manager. Now, when they take you in front of the closing manager and you sit down, they will introduce him as the closing manager. Now, this is a psychological trick again. When they are introducing him as the closing manager and you're sitting down on that table along with your family, you are actually in a very dangerous situation. You may not know it. You may think that you are free, that you can walk away, but you are really being controlled very, very tightly. You are in a situation, it's like a fish nibbling on the bait. If it swallows the bait, the hook is going to get in right here, and then the fisherman is going to take the fish out of the water. You are in that situation. You are looking at the bait, you are sniffing at the bait. You, your wife, maybe your dad and mom, you're all sitting there, 25 tables, 25 couples sitting there, or 25 family groups sitting there with 25 closing managers, and large hall, and it's like a party environment. A lot of things happening, a lot of buzz. you are in trouble, you are in danger. They ring a bell, you will hear them say, Mr. and Mrs. D'Souza, congratulations, you are now the proud owners of flat number 203 in Daffodil or whatever. So they call them to the front, they will cut a cake, they will give them a present, they will say you are the lucky winners of blah blah blah. All these things make you feel a sense of inferiority complex. You feel that you are being left out while someone else, some other couple just made it. It will feel like success for them, and it will feel like you are sitting here waiting to be a success, and if you don't do this, if you are not felicitated out there in front, then you guys are losers, and you, the man of the house, are a loser. Whoever is the decision maker or considers himself or herself the decision maker, you will feel like losers. So you will tend to psychologically want to be convinced right from the moment you set foot in the builder's sales office. You were in trouble. Okay, you were in trouble because usually most people carry debit cards and credit cards, and their whole bank account, they have the capacity to make a large payment, or let us say 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. You have the capacity to make that payment, maybe more, maybe 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, or you have the capacity to take a personal loan. So whatever kind of a capacity it is, you are in danger of using that capacity. And what you are forgetting is there is a world outside this sales office. There are many other builders. There are many other projects, and you should really be comparing all the projects together. You should not be deciding based on what one bunch of sales guys are saying in the sales office. You should be actually sitting with all the information from, let us say, 10 different builders or 5 different builders, and then you should be shortlisting and coming to a logical conclusion. But that's not what you're going to do. All the information that you have been given, maybe some of it is a lie, maybe a lot of it is a lie. They may say the completion date is 2024. If you checked on RERA, you may find it is 2027. I'm just giving you an example of what are the kind of lies they tell you. And if you ask them, if you try to hold them responsible, if you complain to their boss, he will brush it off. So you're in the wrong place for getting the truth. You are going to get a bunch of lies, and they are licensed to lie. They are encouraged to lie. You're sitting there, and your family is sitting there with you before the closing manager. You are in grave danger. You should actually be getting up and going away if you know what's good for you. Take their offer, take their information, take the brochure, take everything, but don't sit there. But what they will try to do is they will try to make you take a decision, a spot decision. Now remember, the spot decision will be based on some short-term considerations. Sir, today we are giving you an amazing Dhanteras discount or an amazing Christmas discount and so on. And they will say the prices will start rising from next week or from tomorrow. Don't believe them. But if you have believed them already, you are in deep trouble. You are in very deep waters. You don't know the speed of the current. You're tired. You want to resolve a conflict in your brain. Your brain may be saying, no, don't do it, don't swipe. It's a large amount of money and all that. You have a lot of inputs from inside. You have fear, you have anxiety. You know that you may regret it. But what happens is, externally, everything may be in the favor of swiping the card. Your wife will be saying, you know what, I think this is a good, it's better to go for 3 BHK than 2 BHK. You can do it. You will do it. Of course you can. You have the earning potential. Of course we can pay back this loan. There will be inputs from your wife or from your father or from your kids that will be overriding your better sense, or from your husband for that matter, overruling your better sense, your skepticism, and it will be taking you towards swiping. Now if you swipe the card for 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, etc., it is a one-way ticket. They are going to do their best to not return it to you later on. So you may not be aware of it, but you have just entered a one-way zone.